So Carl, I actually did just check the weather report, and we're not actually expecting a lot of rain, but the possibility of the severity of this storm is actually going to produce large hail. And usually in the Midwest, where you have hail, tornadoes are usually right behind that. So just like you see the stereotypical Midwestern dad hanging outside in the driveway, drinking his cup of coffee, watching the storm go by, you are actually going to be part of that stereotype today, my friend, because we got a large cornfield behind.
Well, I want to be a stereotype.
Yes, you're going to be the stereotype.
I want to be that guy.
I'm going to make a meme out of you with Columbia Water Gardens in the back,
just standing there holding a cup of coffee. Actually, and then you can just put like a yep.
Oh, you betcha.
Oh, you betcha.
Don't ya know.
It's Friday. It's crunch day. Now, on a typical project like this, Friday is just a madhouse. We're trying to get so much done. And in this particular case, we really have to, because here's what's gone on this week. Monday, I flew in. Tuesday, we worked hard. We got this thing dug out. We got it shaped, right? Wednesday, it rained, and it rained, and it rained all day long, just pouring down. So obviously we're not out here because you can't build in the rain, not the way we would want to. So we all agreed that we're going to take Tuesday off, spend it in the Wisconsin Dells, checking out, I think the place is called, I don't know, it's on the sign, you'll see it in the video, but an incredible recreation pond that's being built out in the Wisconsin Dells. Yesterday, this is what we did yesterday. We got the bottom of this pond shaped out, we got our liner down, we got our underlayment down, and we set all these boulders. Some of them were so big they took like an incredible amount of time just to be able to get it into the hole because the machine wouldn't even lift it. And now, today, we're wrapping up what's left of this over here. I got Christopher Yaks from Hockey Skids, Michiana. He's over there on the skid steer, and he's loading us up with boulders. Jeff Michaels on my cameraman holding it. He's pondering waters out of Michigan, just south of Detroit. He's going to be the rock placer, and Chris is going to be strapping, and we got Damian Drager, the owner of this project, for the exterior space, and he's also going to be down the hole placing rock. So the plan this morning is wrap up all of this over here, set a couple of fish caves over here into this section here, and then we've got 100 feet of liner to seam on this side, and we want to get started with our 2 intake bays over here on the far corner. We've got a lot to get done because tomorrow we get to go whitewater rafting and go and spend the entire day just doing nothing but relaxing and floating on the river. Enjoy the video. Good. Are we live? We're live. So we have just wrapped up day number 3. Day number 1, we cleared out all this area on this side of the pond. It was just nothing but trees, tree stumps, roots. There's apparently a tree stump graveyard someplace buried deep in the woods. I've heard about it. I believe it's real. I haven't visited it yet. I'm a little scared of the hyenas. That was day number 1. Day number 2, we dug this out, and there's a lot of digging, a tremendous amount of shaping and getting things ready to go. And then it rained, and it rained, and it rained. So that day doesn't count. We spent a day in the Wisconsin Dells and kind of touring around. thunder, lightning, and I guess we got more of that coming towards the end of the week. But it's far enough out to where we're really not going to worry too much about that. Today, well, let me show you what we did yesterday. Come on down here. I've never worked in such soft sand before. It's kind of an interesting thing for me. I mean, I work in the desert of Southern California, and we got sand, but our sand has rocks. Lots of cobble built into it. You know, smaller versions of this. But I've never worked in just like pure sand like this before. It's very unusual. Apparently, we're next to some sort of an area where the glaciers had come in and done all their glacier stuff. Check this out. I want to show you what we did. Come down here. So, are you okay?
Yes.
So this was Chris's brainchild. Chris, he's the owner of Aquascapes in Michiana, and we were talking about building a koi cave, and check this out. Look inside here. Look in there. So right down here inside this koi cave, we're going down 10 feet deep from where the opening of the cave is all the way to the back, all the way back over here. It's kind of a really cool idea because Chris's thought is that the fish can swim in and come out the top, right? Kind of like a fish volcano, but not really. So this is one of 4 caves. Check out these other guys. Look at this one. A little bit of finish work still needs to be done on this guy, and he's also going in about 10 feet deep. And so then as we were finishing up that cave, I thought, well, shoot, we got caves with dead ends. How about we just build the Lincoln Tunnel? And so here's this next one. Here's the other opening right inside here. And that comes out in a similar opening all the way on the other side. One of the cool things about using the building material that we did, using 24-inch corrugated drainage tubes, is that you can set really heavy rocks on top of these things, and the cave's not going to bend. It's just going to hold its shape. Like, unlike a couple of things that people use for fish caves. One, you don't want to use something that's going to collapse, like maybe a milk crate. I've seen people use milk crates for fish caves in the little smaller ponds. They don't hold their shape. I've seen people use 55-gallon drums in fish caves. It's also not a very good idea because those also are going to collapse over time. You need to have something that's rigid, something that's going to hold up over time, and that's where these corrugated drainage pipes come in. You can find them pretty much easy anywhere. There's a big one up here on the hillside. Let's take a look at that. That pipe that's up there on the hill, I think he's 5 feet long. Yeah, he is. He's 5 feet long. He's a part of a 20-foot segment because it's sold in 20-foot sticks. Today, we're going to focus our attention on this side of the pond here. We're going to be building up our wall along the side of this. We're going to be backfilling, and hopefully, if we can get enough of this done, then we're going to start in on our 2 intake bays because those are going to have to come next. Actually, this intake bay is going to have to come next because we've got liner to seam all the way along this shelf here to complete that edge. The reason why we did it this way was because it gives us a nice, clean, flat edge to be able to put together a perfect seam, and it goes so much faster when we seam on a flat surface. All this gravel that you see me walking around on top of, you'll see empty super sacks all around the pond. Those super sacks that you're looking at right now, each one of those weighs about 3,000 pounds a piece. And I think we burnt through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8 or 9 of these things, doing all of our backfill behind our shelves, graveling off the bottom of the pond, and getting ourselves ready for the next step. So big projects like this, you've got a lot of thinking that has to be done, because it's not just the fact that we do actually have plans that we have to adhere to, but the other thing that we have to worry about is that the unforeseen things, the things that aren't written in the plans, where we got to be like, hold on, just a second. Let's use our heads for just a second here. And in essence, paint our way out of the hole. We couldn't have predicted that the excavation company was going to over excavate and lay our soil so close, our overburden so close to the pond. That creates a little bit of a problem for us as we're building, so we have to overcome those problems. So that's one of the things that experience helps with a project like this. Bringing in people like myself, where I've been doing this for 14, going on 15 years. People like Jeff, who's been doing it for 20 some odd plus years. And like Chris, where he's been doing it for an equal amount of time, and he's got such an incredible presence in his local marketplace. Incidentally, you're going to see me coming back to the Midwest in 3 weeks. Holy crap, it's already in 3 weeks. Because I'm going to be working with Christopher Yaks and Aquascapes of Michiana, just outside of Notre Dame, putting together the coolest project I've ever done. And it is a giraffe exhibit at a local zoo. And if you aren't a subscriber to my channel, be sure that you do, because you are going to see behind the scenes what it looks like to put together one of the most coveted of all ponds that you can put together. More important than even turtle ponds, a giraffe pond. That's one that I haven't seen done yet. Stay tuned. I'm coming back to this place in September. Absolutely.